First, I convey heartfelt gratitude from my mother and my siblings for your overwhelming show of solidarity to us as a family and for paying your respects continually on a daily basis to the legacy and the sacrifice of our father. We are grateful as a family. Today, we gather in reflection on the life of a man who epitomizes peace, tolerance, and sacrifice for a greater cause. Sandeng saw the need for selflessness to overrule over all selfish desires and considerations. Of course, Sandeng epitomizes a national hero for Gambians. But for us, as his children and his wife, he was a father who loved us dearly and who would have not done anything to lose us. On April 14, 2016, my family paid the ultimate price of being children of a man who believed. We were unceremoniously faced with the most tragic loss to befall a very young family. We lost our beloved father, our breadwinner, and our consoler, and our source of inspiration, and of course, a role model. That changed the trajectory of our lives towards seemingly unending uncertainties, unending sorrow, and a yearn for justice. And also, in the process, as a family, we battled with destitution, we battled with loss of home, and a loss of a loved one who can never be replaced. We were exiled. But I believe it's worth it. I would not have said this when I continued to yearn and cry nights and nights about my father and when I would see him. But I do today because I believe my father died for a cause which was greater than the comfort of a father to only a children of 9, but the comfort of justice, good laws, to a nation that really needed to be respected. Sandeng, our father, cherished and loved us beyond anything that may exist. 7 years on, we live with the sorrows and the hardships of the loss of our father. But we thank God because we know he died for a cause which actually salvaged a greater number than his 9 children and his family members that mourn him today. Today, a nation mourns him because of his sacrifices, and we are grateful for that. In our loss, a country found an opportune moment to unite towards a new beginning, towards a progressive nation of selfless and true actions of a man who was fully conscious of the gruesome consequences that may befall him, despite the frightening realities of coming in contact with the callous and brutal nature of that dictatorship. Sandeng decided to give his life up for the greater good. This asks the question, what compels a man to make a choice over the joyful company of his family? It begs us to reflect on the values that guided Sandeng. If giving up my life is what it will take to free the people of our country, then I am willing to be the sacrificial lamb. These were the words of my father on record shortly before he embarked on that fateful and defining journey. And this asks the question which befuddles many of what would warrant a man to make such pronouncement. I ask myself this question: what makes an ordinary man an extraordinary man? Nelson Mandela, at the end of the Rivonia trial, made this statement, and I quote, "During my lifetime, I dedicated myself to this struggle of the African people. I have fought against white domination, and I have fought against black domination. I have cherished the ideals of a democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony and win equal opportunities. It is an ideal which I hope to live for and to achieve. But if need be, it is an ideal for which I am prepared to die." This is the belief that Sandeng had as well. He lived and died for them. Thus, what makes an ordinary man extraordinary is the principles and values he lives by. Sandeng strived to ensure that we enjoy a democratic and free Gambia. In continuing his legacy, it is a duty upon all to protect and preserve these values wherever we may be. My father embarked on this crusade in the interests of the country, but at the detriment of his beloved family. Is it worth it? I ask you the question. I ask you the question because he played his part and has given us the baton to continue to see through the total emancipation of our people, and that which we must continue to fight to see that we realize. These few questions come to mind when I speak about my father and his sacrifices. Why is it important that you go out and vote? Why is it important that we preserve these freedoms, the freedoms of speech, the freedoms of assembly, and the freedoms of socialization, whether politically or otherwise? Because these are the freedoms that actually guarantee a progressive society. And as Gambians, on this day, I think we must reflect on how far we have come in achieving the true meaning of the sacrifice, or of the values that led to the sacrifice of my father and his colleagues. At this juncture, I crave your indulgence to recognize my father's colleagues who survive him today and who are here with us. I crave your indulgence to recognize and honor the sacrifices of the April 14th heroes who are here with us, who continue to battle with grave health conditions as well as economic conditions. But nonetheless, they are honored as the honorable people that they are because of their sacrifices. And I want to beg everyone here to honor these people as much as we honor Solo Sandeng. They truly live to continue the legacy and the values of Solo Sandeng. At this juncture, I would have to put my reading statement down because this is an issue that touches my heart and I have to pour my heart out. I want to say that those that are entrusted with making sure that the people of our country continue to live in harmony and in respect, that is those tasked with responsibilities to see that what Solo Sandeng actually lived and died for is realized. My question earlier, is it worth it, is asked to people who actually hold, we all do, yes, we all as Gambians hold a great stake to achieving and realizing what Solo Sandeng died for, his dream of a free and democratic Gambia. But there are those who have and who are granted the greatest of opportunities, the most strategic of opportunities to realize these. And I ask the question, how much are you willing to do to realize this? How much are you willing? Are you happy that after 7 years, we're here respecting the legacy of Solo Sandeng without the electoral reforms he died for? Are you happy? Are you happy? Are you happy?
No, no.
Are you happy that Solo Sandeng and his colleagues, their sacrifices is actually seen as any other ordinary because there is no respect for human rights as much as there should be. There is no respect for political rights as much as it should be. If we truly believe that we owe this to Solo Sandeng, then we must do as he wished. And that is to do right by those that entrust us the responsibility to do right to them. I end my speech with that. Thank you. And may the soul of my father continue to rest in perfect peace. Thank you.
Civil society, the Sandeng family have the honor